Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, we're going to unbox In the Name of Justice, the Battle of Lewes 1264. This game is designed by Dale G. Gutt and published by White Dog Games. I do want to thank White Dog Games for providing me with this review copy to show off to you guys. So I'm sure we'll do our regular unboxing, and I'm sure we'll also do maybe tutorial playthrough. We'll see how it goes, right? So, In the Name of Justice. All right. So this is one of those games where I'll be honest, I knew nothing about the history. I still barely know anything, right? But when I saw the topic, and it was something that I saw this game and I thought, okay, I like Middle Ages games, love ancients, but I like a game that's in the Middle Ages. I don't have a ton of them. I haven't really covered a ton on my channel, so I wanted to make sure. By the way, I do love a cover. I know that this monument is still standing today, at least as far as I've read. So that's very cool little bit of sort of living history. But this is a game that when I saw it, I said, yeah, that's an interesting topic. Let me start reading. And the more I read about the game, then made me read about the history. Then next thing you know, I'm watching YouTube videos and I'm learning all about the Battle of Lewes, and I'm just like, oh, this would be great. This game looks fun. Also, although it is a two-player game, it utilizes a chit pull mechanic, so I knew it would be solitaire friendly. And I saw some other videos. I want to say Paul North of, I think he does, I don't know the name of his channel, Solo Board Gaming, but he had a video or a few videos on the game, kind of sparked my interest as well. So thank you, Paul, if you happen to see this. But anyway, so here, this game, again, modeling the Battle of Lewes from 1264. Let's read a little bit on the back, as we like to do. King Henry III was an unpopular monarch due to his autocratic style, displays of favoritism, and his refusal to negotiate with the barons. In 1264, Earl Simon de Montfort and other barons openly rebelled against the king in the Second Barons' War. Montfort had gathered an army of dissatisfied rebel barons to surprise the royal forces under King Henry III at the small town of Lewes. So in this battle, you have basically the royalists, King Henry III leading, the royalists, with the barons and the baronial forces led by Earl Simon de Montfort, who was, I believe, the Earl of Leicester, if I remember correctly from my readings and my YouTube videos. Again, I'm learning, but hey, that's the wonderful thing about some of these games, right? Don't get this plastic up. Is learning about the history, especially if it's a topic that you don't know a lot about. If it's a game about the Battle of Lewes, okay, probably have a pretty good idea what's going on, but you want to get details, maybe how this game does it differently, right? Well, here's a type of game that's going to cover history that most people, myself included, and I'll definitely speak for myself, don't know a whole lot about, and that's understandable, right? Again, know about everything, but it's always fun to learn. One thing I do want to mention, because I've seen pictures already, and you can kind of see here, I think I'm really going to like the artwork on the counters and the map, is a few of my, I should say, my favorite artists. Game art here, Jose Farah, Mark Mahaffey, and Jonathan Carnell. They have always done great artwork in the many different projects that they've worked on. Some with White Dog Games, some with other publishers. The Name of Justice. All right, let's open her up. Check it out here. So I know, get everything out of here. Okay, so we have our player reference card. Oh, it is double-sided, and it's in color. Kind of a card stock, not a super thick card stock, kind of a regular card stock. We have obviously a terrain effects chart on here, all the different types of terrain. And this side will be, looks like a sequence of play, activated ward phases, different table, missile fire, melee combat, missile fire modifier, melee combat modifier. I did notice on the back it has something like 4 pages of rules, so probably going to be easy to learn, easy to play, which when playing solitaire and you combine with chit pull, oh, it's good. I haven't played it yet, but I'm very excited. I am very optimistic. So, Name of Justice, War Leader Setup, so a little setup sheet, selected references, so if you want to read about the battle a little bit more, learn a little bit more. Again, I would say, besides just maybe some of these references here, check out YouTube. There's a couple of good videos on the battle that really did a great job of kind of setting up the battle, explaining, this kind of the Second Barons' War, the barons kind of, the uprising against King Edward III. So, and again, I started knowing pretty much nothing about this era. Example of combat, defensive missile fire, melee combat. So very cool. I like to have a little example there. And here's the rules. So the rules in full color, which is actually really nice. Literally this page, these 2 pages, and this page, which half of it is designer notes. So, you know, case style 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, etc. You can see full color. You can see the units, ward leaders, subordinate leader units, ward activation, large font, you know, not a small font at all. Looks clear enough, looks easy. A few different pictures are there. Maybe not, I know that there was a separate example, so maybe you could consider that kind of part of the rules, right? If you have, usually they'll put examples in the rules. So, but rules as is, 4 pages. Look at the counters. So just a half counter sheet. And this is White Dog Games game. So it is published or, you know, created by Blue Panther. So they also do like Hollandspiel's games. So they have that very like thick, almost like wood counters. Let's start to take a little closer look at these. So it looks like kind of a gold versus a silver color. Very striking, and here's the front. I was looking at the backs. So kind of gold here. You can see, you know, Montfort. I believe that was his son. Or maybe that's just maybe those are the units under him. I'll have to read. I have not read the rule book. I've not played the game yet, of course. Just got it. Love the artwork, though. Again, I was excited. I knew the artwork looked good. And I think I can confirm. I think it looks excellent on these counters. So, and then obviously you have King Henry III's forces. Prince Edward. Longshanks, by the way. So a little bit of, maybe a little name that's a little bit more familiar to some people. Counter art, Jose Farah. Again, fantastic. He always does excellent work. Different activation tokens, end turn, game turn. I like I do love that. That like Knight Templar helmet style. Counters should be fine. Should be regular punch. Let's see. I don't want to. I did have trouble with another game. Oh, I really punched right out of there. Look good. And again, like I said, they're that like thick, almost like wood kind of. You know, it's like compressed wood style. They punch really easily. Occasionally, you'll get a little bit of like a tear where an edge will maybe come up. I put a dab of super glue in there. If it happens, unfortunate, that did not happen with these counters here. But that's okay too. So, all right, counters look great. Set these aside. Now let's look at this map. See if I have to pull. I may have to pull the camera back. May have to put paper map, of course. Pretty standard with anything from printed by Blue Panther. Let's see. All right, so here's the map. I kind of had it sideways. Probably how I'll play it, but just to show you guys a little closer so you guys can see it. White Dog Games logo. We got our turn track, name of the game. Train, very clear. Looks like the stream or river here following the hex sides. River Ouse, Offham Hill. Apologies. Lewes, let's get down here a little bit. Colors are very clear. They look very good. They're looking a little bit more muted on the camera. I don't know if it's going to come out that way. They're pretty, actually pretty bright in person. So I don't know if the camera may be adjusting a little bit as I'm looking in the, I think I can see a little bit too if I look at, if I put this on there. Sometimes, you know, these cameras they're kind of auto adjust the colors, make them pop a little bit more, but it's very clear, easy to read. I like it. I don't know what size this map would be. Obviously it's not a like 22 by 34 inch map. It's smaller than that. Sometimes I really appreciate that. But anyway, art's very clear. You can see Lewes down there, the actual town. Castle there. Snelling's Mill. Fantastic. All right. So I think it looks good. I mean, I'll end up putting a plexi on here. Looks like it's probably, you could maybe backfold it a little bit. It's a little big map for me to just do a backfold though. Odds are I'm going to go ahead and put some plexi on here. But that is In the Name of Justice, the Battle of Lewes, 1264. Designed by, was it Dale? I want to make sure I get the name right. That's the designer. I don't know how many games he's designed. Maybe he's designed a bunch, and I just don't know him yet. Dale Gutt. And again, art by Jose Farah, Mark Mahaffey, Jonathan Carnell. Excellent job. I think everything looks really nice, honestly. And you know what? White Dog Games, they always do a great job. I'm just saying this. They always basically do a great job with the art on their games. When they get those artists involved, their games start looking really nice. So, all right, that is it. If you played it or if you have any interest in it, let me know below. If you're learning about the history, check it out. I suggest you just do a search on YouTube for the Battle of Lewes 1264. You can read Wikipedia, things like that. A little dry sometimes. That's why I like to watch like a battle video. I can't remember his name. It's like Baz History or something, like Baz Battles. He has a fun video, a really good video. It's like 15 minutes long. You'll have a good idea of what caused the battle, and you get to see the battle in action, and at least in some computer effects. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think below, and until next time, guys, later.